Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to round 2 of the Project Vapour Evening Dash. We're coming to you live in Le Mans Ultimate. My name is Sinclair, and tonight we're going to be racing at Portimao, or what's it called? Circuit de Algarve. I don't know how to pronounce it.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Welcome to my co-caster, the ever sharp, reliable Andre. Great to have you back, man. How are you feeling heading into tonight's race?
Thank you for having me. I am feeling great. I'm feeling pumped after that first round. I think this is just going to be perfect with these elevation changes that we can find in Algarve. It is a really, really interesting and flowing circuit. It's going to be really interesting because I've been giving it a bit of a go with the traffic, with the LMDh, with the GT3s and the Hypercars.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of anticipation and excitement for today's race.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. We are into qualifying now. We're looking at Chris Stoltz and in his outlap. Let me just get the overlay sorted here. Do you want to tell everyone a bit about this track and your experience driving here? What cars you think are going to do well here, and who's going to be struggling?
Yeah, so with the Hypercars, let's just jump right into it, class by class. The Hypercars, it's going to be very much a dogfight between the Toyota and the Ferrari. We're seeing it's very much the two most popular manufacturers in this field. But there is a new entry of the Aston Martin, the recently released Aston Martin Valkyrie, and it's going to throw a bit of noise into the mix. But yeah, carrying on from the theme of last time's race, it's definitely going to be between Moath and Kleinans, and Moath was already setting good times off of the get-go, so he is definitely a person to watch. But to think that Kleinans was not sandbagging someone is a bit gullible to think. But yeah, so going into LMP2, I definitely think that it's going to be a fight between Brandon Kruger and Chris Stoltz. These two have shown a lot of pace, especially Chris's very dominant pace in last time's race. But Brandon Kruger had the pace. He just needs to make it past that first lap nice and clean. But I definitely think that's going to be a dogfight to watch.
I totally agree. I see Ian has set a 1:31.8 in the Hypercars, and Chris got an early banker lap in at a 1:35.338. And then Mr. Meyer in the GT3, he's got a 1:46.490. Yeah,
so very much these times are just banker times because there is so much more in the tank as we speak, man. They can shave off an easy 2 seconds. So the Hypercar class is definitely a class to watch, especially with Niall Bullion, who tends to be a very good qualifier. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting field, especially with the GT3s, where some new drivers are in the mix with Henry Mayer, Fleming Bauer, and a change with Aiden Russell and Flip van Zyl going to the GT3 class and trying out that new Mercedes with the very loud V8.
That's going to be spicy. There's some good guys in the GT3 class. Things are going to be heating up there. Siedemann just did a 1:46.7, 1:46.8 in the GT3s. Still leading in the LMP2s with Lorerio in second.
Yeah, it's gonna be quite interesting. I think also some people are wanting to redeem themselves after last round. We saw a lot of retirements last time and a lot of just laps that didn't string together. I know Gabriel Dos Santos was one of them in the GT3s, where that lap he just couldn't get it in because of just connectivity issues. So I know he's out there onto the track and trying to put that time down and putting his name out there. But yeah, it's going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, so what I like about this track is it's quite nice and flowy. It's one of those tracks that really suit guys who like to take those nice weavy corners. That last sector is amazing, coming over the crest and then going down the straight. We were chatting about which cars can actually take it flat out and which can't. So yeah, is Mu'ath on intermediates? Oh, I'm just seeing it because I didn't see his skin load. I was like, oh, I hope he's not on intermediates. But that's just the default because we haven't seen we joined before him into the server. I thought I had joined last. With 3 minutes left here in the qualifying, we got Kleinland still in the lead with the 131.8. Isham Domingo right behind him. Actually, scratch that. Christoph Peterson just put in a 134.292. And Isham Domingo about 1/10 slower on his outlap now on a 134.3. Looking really good there, looking really good. And then Chris Stolz, he is just flying. He's still a whole second ahead of the rest of the field with the Loredo still in second and Henko van der Berg in third. Let's look at the GT3s. Blugelo taking first place in GT3s with the 145.5. Henry Meyer now in second with his 145.7. Let's have a look. Ooh, I think I dropped there for a second.
Yeah, you did. You did. I think you did momentarily.
Oh,
I was
shoot.
checking
Sorry
and
about
then
that.
it buffered a little bit.
Okay, is everything back up again? I think we are. Let me just join back into the server.
Cool. Yeah, just also please stream your screen on Discord.
I will do so. Sorry about this, guys.
Cool. But yeah, just a few technical difficulties, but hopefully we won't miss the final moments of qualifying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're gonna kind of just have to like put our bets in as to who is going to be on pole for each individual category while we try and sort out these gremlins. But yeah, it's seeming like quite dominant for Chris Stoltz in the LMP2 class. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much.
Busy loading in right now.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys.
Alrighty, hopefully we managed to at least catch a few seconds. It should run into overtime if anyone's still on track.
Yeah, absolutely. Jan is still first.
Okay.
27 seconds left. Everyone's in the pit. Did the server crash?
It might be still loading. I'm not too sure. I don't have access to the visuals at the moment.
Okay, there we go. Okay, cool. It was just synchronizing. Nice. Okay, there is like 4 seconds left and Mu'ath is on his last lap here. Let's just keep an eye on him. He's second place at the moment, 2 seconds behind Yihan. Oh, and he goes off. What was that? Is my connection poor? Is that the problem?
Might be. I can quickly go check with the guys. I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay, cool. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know what's going on. Okay, so we got Mu'ath trying to get out, or was he blocked now? Oh, he was blocked. That's unfortunate. He's 2 seconds behind Yihan. He's got a lot to make up. Now it's a second. 1.2 seconds, sorry, not 2 seconds. So let's keep an eye on him. This is I think this is the last lap. So he has to hopefully get a lap in here.
Alright, so we should be golden.
Okay, cool. So it was just me. Was it just me?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. I hope that's not a thing. I'm going to share my screen with you in a second. Here we go. So we're watching Mu'ath. He's on his final lap now. He's got a green sector 1 and a green sector 2. And he crosses the line with a 133.0. So he's still 1.1 seconds behind Yan. Oh my word. Yan takes first place in dominant fashion.
Kleinans with that qualifying, that pole position by a monstrous time. This is times that you would see the gap between the first and second person in F1 in 2020. This is quite dominant. But now the question is, can Kleinans keep on to that lead? Can he create a monster gap and just manage his time throughout the race? But yeah, so it's very similar in LMP2 with Stoltz. Almost a full second over Kruger. And in LMP3, it's a bit closer with Meyer only 3/10 away from Blicknode. But I think the second round is very, very different to the first round, where the first round was a bit closer in qualifying between the first and second. But yeah, we'll see how that translates to the race.
Yeah, absolutely, man. This is gonna be epic. So, starting order, we've got Jan Kleinans in first in the hypercars, Muat Musa in second, Isham Domingo in third, Lee Bullion in fourth. Oh, is this Christoph Peterson? Why is he black? Has he been disqualified? Oh wait, is that the person we're watching? Oh, I'm being an idiot. Sorry, I'm so flustered from the mistakes. Okay, so Isham Domingo in third, Christoph Peterson in fourth, Lee Bullion in fifth, Niall Bullion in sixth, dad and son, and then Chris Stolz in first in the LMP2, Brandon Kruger in second, Sean Lorero in third, Henko van der Berg in fourth, Alan Patterson in fifth, Paul Venter in sixth, Danny Steenkamp in seventh, Darren Miller in eighth, Neil Greening in ninth, Chris Heineke in 10th, Rob van der Heuvel in 11th, and Johan Erasmus in 12th. And then GT3s, Johan Blicknode, Henry Meyer in second, Jody Sieneman in third, Aiden Russell, Fleming Bauer in fifth, and then we've got David van der Wyk in sixth, Jason Farmer in seventh, Vietia Botha in eighth place, and then we've got Flip van Zyl in ninth, Richard van Heerde in 10th, Gabriel De Santos in 11th, Grant Leclerc in 12th, and Ulrich de Jager in 13th. Right, we're about to start. Let's keep an eye on this.
Yeah, this is a very enticing grid. As you can see, the menacing yellow submarine peer over the crest of this corner. This very much just shows the elevation changes that these drivers will be having to deal with, and you can see in turn one those cold tires are going to be posing an issue, and even just the whole lap as a whole, because there's some corners that are off camber and the tires lap one can't hold on. But yeah, we'll see who can get the better start going into T1. But I'm very excited. I just cannot wait for this to get started.
Yes, we are in a short formation lap here. Last week was a bit of a mess in the start, so let's hope we can not have a repeat of that and hope things go a little bit better. We're about to go green. Let's just wait for the lights to go. It's green, 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 and we are go.
Start from Wyeth and good start from Kleinans as they head into the first corner. But Kleinans showing his supremacy going into first corner, but he goes off track and through on the inside goes Wyeth, and there's a yellow flag at the back. There was a puff of smoke, and Kleinans has lost the rear of the car, and he has dropped, and he has plummeted down the order. And as we see, all of these cars just bottleneck into the third corner on this first lap. I'm at a loss for words. He had controlled it so well, but Kleinans had lost it into the third corner, trying to stay ahead of Moav, who was trying to challenge him. But we see here with Chris, the leader of the LMP2 field, and something has happened to Brandon Kruger.
Unfortunately, it looks like there was an incident in the beginning of the race with the LMP2s. Brandon Kruger, Darren Miller, and Sean Lorero all involved in that. Oh no! And he gets hit by a Ferrari. Oh!
Trying to lap the GT3 traffic. I don't know who that was, but his race went from bad to worse. He is stone cold dead last. I hope there is no damage whatsoever. But as we see in the hypercar field, Muath Musa has gotten a 1.2 second gap over his teammate Isham Domingo. So it's 1-2 for the Project Vapour boys at the moment. But we have Alenaz, Chris Peterson here in third with the newly debuted Aston Martin Valkyrie. But right behind him is the eager and frustrated man known as Johan Kleinans with the yellow submarine, and this is not the last time we'll see him. He will be charging through the field, and he has made a good enough job at the moment to make a sort of comeback.
Yeah, things look to be heating up in the field here. Lots of LMP2s trying to come through the field. We've got Chris Heineke trying to come through. We've got Darren Miller trying to get through the GT3s because of the incident in the beginning of the race. Johan Blachnout doing well in the BMW with Henry Meyer right behind him, chasing in the McLaren. This looks to be a heated battle here. There's a lot of traffic. There's a lot happening on the track at the moment with these guys. I think it's just going to be trying to hold on to the position for Johan Blachnout and then also trying to let the LMP2s through while he does that. But I can see Henry is putting on a lot of pressure here.
Yeah, very much so. I was going to comment on exactly that. Henry is making his presence known, but this is quite a scary position to be in. As you see, just a flock of LMP2s trying to make their way through, and he is trying to go on the inside. I don't know who that is, but he is really trying to lap this GT3 traffic.
Yeah.
He's getting quite desperate getting through, and this might open the door to Meyer, but the LMP2 goes down the inside. These guys are very eager, and if they're not cautious, they will cause a big accident.
Yeah.
And this is quite interesting. In LMP2, there is such a small margin between first and second, and that's the same for LMGT3 as well. With Hypercars, it's kind of stabilized a little bit, but with these two classes, there is a dogfight for the lead, and I don't know how our voices are going to last if this is going to just keep up.
Absolutely, but things are quite stable in the other classes, whereas in the GT3s, things are heating up here. There you can see the new Mercedes in the background. That thing looks amazing. Aiden in that Mercedes. Who was that coming out of the pits? Was that
might have been Brendan Kruger in the LMP2, the blue one. I think that might have been Brendan Kruger, if I am not mistaken.
Yeah, it looks like it.
He might have sustained damage on lap 1 and just tried to fix it. He must be so frustrated. He's so frustrated from Bahrain. And that's Fleming Bauer into the pits.
Yes. So we've got Fleming Bauer in the pits. Sean Loreto had a DNF earlier. He was definitely involved in that incident in the beginning. So we need to see what's happening here. We got Richard. Is Richard out as well?
Yeah.
It doesn't show that he's DNF, but it looks like he's out. Yeah. So these guys are all at the back of the field, having to just catch up now. David van Wyk also in 11th place. Brandon Kruger officially lost in the LMP2s, but I'm sure he's going to try and make up a lot of time through the field. Let's have a look to see where the other battles are. In third place, we got Jan at the moment. He's trying to catch up to Isham. He's definitely going to. And he's already made up almost 2 seconds in the time that he lost. He was almost 5 seconds down, and now he's only 2 seconds behind Muath, which is very nice.
Yeah, the yellow submarine is making way. He has already cleared Peterson, the Aston Martin Valkyrie. But here, this will be a fight to watch. Isham, a very, very persistent defender. He will make his presence known, and he will not budge 1 inch. But can he hold back Kleinhans, who has been wicked fast? And now they are approaching traffic, as you can see here with the GT3. But a lot of these guys are people who just came out of the pits or have just been involved in that massive T1 accident. If there was only a way we could see what happened, but there's a yellow flag on track.
I'm trying to see where that is as well. I don't see any change. Maybe there's someone that just went off briefly.
Yeah, probably the case. But as you've been saying, this LMGT3 field has been fighting tooth and nail. There's a fight between Blachnout and Meyer. There's a fight between Russell and Farmer. And yeah, it's just getting real spicy. But I think we should follow this battle right here, because Muath's lead depends on how much Isham can hold back Kleinhans.
Yes, absolutely.
He is following him into T1.
He's definitely going to take him into turn 1 now. Yeah, let's see how this goes.
Oh, he's showing his nose, but he thinks twice. It is a very fast corner, but I think he's going to build up for the exit. Isham goes off track, down the inside. They have had contact. They have spun out, going into T3. And this has just gotten worse for Kleinhans. There was just very little space for both of them on this track, but they rejoined, and rejoined more importantly in front of Bullion and Peterson. And this has just been thrown on its head. Will this affect Kleinhans' charge to Muath? Will this affect the outcome of the race?
Absolutely, this is going to affect the outcome. Now we've got a four-way race here between the hypercars. It's Isham, Neil Bullion, Christoph Peterson, and Lee Bullion in the mix here. Everyone is is in it. This is really awesome to see, actually, and quite tight because of that accident that happened earlier. I'm trying to see where the yellow flag is. I think it's in the GT3s. Flip van Zyl.
I noticed them shifting around a little bit. The battle between Russell and Farmer still going on. May and Blichnote also still going on. It might be a little bit lower. You can see the damage on Aiden's front bonnet there as he tries to keep up with the pack and like make headway through his class. But you can see him squiggling with the rear there.
Yeah.
He's getting to grips with this Mercedes. And that might open the door a little bit to Farmer, who has been quite persistent on him, but hasn't been really able to close down that gap.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like he did have an issue. His last lap was a 2 minute and 2 minute 6, which is 13 seconds off the pace. So something definitely happened there. We still got a yellow flag on the track. I wonder where that is. Has someone stood still somewhere? I'm trying to see.
But wait, let's go back to that that battle between Gabriel and David. He looked down the inside for a split second, but he thought otherwise. So that's also a battle to watch out for, as Gabriel versus David. But yeah, so now the yellow flag has cleared, and that battle for third in the hyperclass is still raging on. But this battle right here, look at the hypercars weaving through. This is going to be a very tense moment. I don't know if that's Marth that has just passed through all of them right now, because
yeah, that is Marth. Yes.
Because all of the hypercars are quite bunched up at the moment, so I'm assuming that was Marth just based on that. But yeah, so they are going to have to watch their mirrors now, because a huge fight is about to ensue. But David goes down the inside, throws it past Gabriel, and manages to make it stick, moving him up to 10th.
What a move! What a move! He took it and stuck it, and yeah, that was an amazing move by him. Wow, I didn't see that coming. But it also looks like Gabriel might have damage. Why is he so far back already? Looks like he's a bit slow there for some reason. Or is it just me?
It might just have been that lap 1 calamity. And here are the people in hypercar trying to fight for second, trying to make their way through. And Isham manages to get through, and that manages to block Bullion, who's been mounting the pressure behind him. And this has been an insane battle in hypercar. This has thrown the championship on its head. It's showing everyone that this hypercar championship is far from decided, and anyone can win it. But it has been incredible action so far. And that lap one calamity has probably thrown a lot of people off of their game, and has probably affected a lot of the traffic. But something has happened to Aiden Russell in LMGT3, because now Farmer is 4th and Van Zyl is 5th in his debut in the GT3 Mercedes.
Yeah, it looks like something definitely happened. He's quite slow. He's about 4 seconds off the pace at the moment. So it looks like there might be some damage on his car somewhere. It doesn't look visually like there's damage. Can you see anything? It doesn't look like anything. But he's quite slow at the moment. 4 seconds. Yeah. He hasn't raced in a while, so it could be that, but I doubt it. We know Aiden is. Yeah, something must be wrong there. So let's hope he can survive till the end of the race, or maybe get that repaired. Oh, there's a hypercar trying to come through.
Kleinans is trying to muscle his way through. He is furious and he is upset that Marth has gotten such a massive lead. He does not want to hold back. He will see any gap and go through it, but he needs to be cautious, because now the entire grid has bunched up, and it's going to be down to how well can you get through this traffic. And it's also another thing to note is this battle for third with Isham, Neil Bullion and Peterson. It has been quite fluctuating. Peterson is driving the socks off of that Aston Martin Valkyrie, being able to slowly, narrowly get closer and closer to Bullion. But yeah, this has been quite the battle.
Yeah, absolutely. The Valkyrie looks amazing. This car is stunning. What? Sorry to distract from the racing, but I think they did a brilliant job with this car. Christoph now in fifth, fighting Lee Bullion coming up there. I wanted to make an interesting observation here between Muath and Ian. Currently, there's an 8-second gap with traffic, but there's a considerable difference between their lap times. With Ian being about 1.2 seconds faster than Muath. So it looks like he might catch him quite quickly, even before the pit stop maybe. Let's hope the traffic doesn't interfere too much with that. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts is that Muath has to think of the strategies. He's going to have to beat him in the strategies because Kleinans has shown dominant pace, qualifying, race. He is just on it. He is in tune with the Ferrari. So Muath has a really good advantage right now, but he has to manage it well. He's kind of in a similar position as we saw this weekend at Spa between Piastri and Norris, where Norris was faster towards the end, but Oscar managed to manage the tires, to manage the pace. As we see Paul Fenter, did he make a move on who is it for?
I think Johan let him through, for some reason.
For
Yeah.
Okay.
I just saw the move being made and I jumped to them, but I think it's a teammate thing here. They're helping each other out.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Understandably, we're going to see that amongst the grid where there's a lot of team members and some people are going to be like, look, the pace on my end is not good enough. You're going to have to be let through so that you can maybe salvage something for the team. But I think there's something here with the GT3s, with this Mustang, that was trying to get past that Aston Martin. But this battle between Blichnote and Meyer has been raging on. Meyer has been mounting the pressure, and I think Blichnote has just been fast enough to hold Meyer back on the straights.
Yeah, but here we got Vete Botha on Grand Leclerc. He is looking to overtake that Aston in his Ford. I think he's really gotten to grips with this Ford now. I actually had a little bit of a chat with him 2 weeks ago when I saw that he was racing, because I used to race with him quite a bit. Oh, is he letting the LMP? Is that a Hypercar or LMP2? That's an LMP2.
That's LMP2. He ran very deep. When he squeezes him on the outside, this has intense.
Yeah. So he was saying he's still trying to get used to LMU and the Ford, and really still trying to learn the game from scratch, basically, because we're all coming from ACC. We're all in a similar position. Everyone here pretty much raced ACC together before. And now we're racing in LMU together and learning this game together, and hopefully going to grow as sim racers going forward. I'm just trying to see where the action is at here. It's mostly between these two is the closest gap at the moment. Let's just recap on the LMP2s. Currently, Chris Stolz is in first place. He is cruising. He's got a 3-second gap to Henko van der Berg, and then there's Danny Steenkamp right behind him. The gaps between these guys is quite big. 2 seconds, 6 seconds, 6 seconds, 12 seconds. So there's not a lot actually happening here. The closest fight currently is between Darren Miller in 9th place and Johan de Erasmus in 8th.
This is quite close now. Oh, he's going around the outside. Can he stick it around the outside on the last corner? He manages to get ahead, and he takes that in such a wonderful move. As we know, on that corner, it's off camber, offline. You're gonna have no grip. And did something happen to Muath?
Yeah, something happened to Muath. Yeah.
Lost. Oh, that hands the lead back to Kleinans, and something has gone disastrously wrong for Muath. And we need to figure out what happened, because that throws the championship away a little bit. But he still has a bit of a cushion, as we still have 2 drop rounds, and because they did not change cars or classes, they still have 2 drop rounds to use. So this might actually not be too disastrous for Muath, but this isn't necessarily something he wanted to deal with. So that makes it Kleinans first, Domingo second, Bullion third, Peterson fourth, and then the second Bullion in fifth. So that's Neil Bullion in third and Lee Bullion in fifth.
That is so unfortunate. It looks like he's retiring because he's not coming out of the pits. So that'll be the third DNF for the race. It's Sean Ladero out, Richard van Heerde out, and it looks like Muath Musa. Well, I hope he's gonna come back, but it doesn't look like it. That's really unfortunate.
Is genuinely heartbreaking. because the rest of the hypercar field is just charging on without him. And Bullion versus Isham is here. It's still raging on, and Isham has to carry the Project Vapour name at the moment. Fighting for second all by himself. He's in a very good position, but this fighting might actually destroy their chances to get anywhere near Kleinans. But yeah, it has been heartbreaking for Moaz, and he just has to watch from the sidelines here.
Yeah, I wonder if it wasn't a tire thing, because we're heading into the pit window soon, and maybe there's a tire issue. With Bullion now gonna probably make a move on Isham. Let's see if he does it.
Momentary yellow flag, but these two do not care. They keep going. Oh, there's a big squiggle for Isham as he runs onto the curb, running wide from T1, but he still manages to stay ahead in that wonderful livery car. It seems like all of the Toyota drivers are just wanting to rep that, because it's just a stunning throwback.
Yeah, absolutely.
Toyota.
Absolutely. Okay, so they threw the first sector, going into the second sector now. This is, I don't know if there are a lot of overtaking opportunities here. Going into the third sector, I think Neil will just be patient, waiting to go into turn 1 and maybe take his chances there, because that's the best overtaking opportunity on the track.
Yeah, but the problem is that his tires will start to be tuned up if he continues to follow Isham with the 2 times tire wear, and they are reaching traffic now, and that's going to be a thorn in their side. You can already see they're sliding all over the place. I think the tire wear is starting to fall off a cliff.
Absolutely.
We have another yellow flag, and we don't know where that is. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of mistakes in this time of the race.
Yeah, we do have more back on.
Saying no data on the stream.
Oh, it must be my connection, man. Shoot. Let me... we are still streaming. We are live. I can see that we are live. Let me just switch quickly.
Okay, yeah, we're back.
Let me just switch quickly.
Cool. Yeah, sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody. But while we wait, I will catch up with the chat real quick. Yeah, welcome Viviers. Mixed quali should be interesting. Yeah, that is a first one. We didn't really see that last time around, so yes, no, we'll stay.
I think that might have been a configurator, because it's supposed to be private. But yeah, hopefully it wasn't too bad for everyone.
Yeah,
with all the server config issues, having to redo it from scratch, it's to be expected that there might be some mistakes, but we will learn from this and hopefully be better next week. And hopefully no more internet connectivity drops here. I'm sorry about that.
There was a lot of issues with the server that we're experiencing today. So yeah, we'll just have to be a bit patient with some of the technical gremlins here. But yeah, just quickly catching up with the chat. We have some support for the Griffin boys, which is great to see. Thank you for the compliments, everybody. And yeah, so yeah, there's a lot of excitement going around, and we apologize once again as we're getting back into the server. We're just letting everything synchronize and just catch up. And hopefully that should be soon as the server tries to figure out where it's at.
It takes a minute to sync. It'll be in there in a moment. It's just syncing. Once we've got all the data, and then we can, it'll catch up to everyone. Okay, cool.
Right.
Let's do a recap here quickly. So we got here we go. So we got Ian in first place, Isham in second in the hypercars with Nile. Is it Neil or Nile? It's Nile, eh? Nile Bullion chasing right behind him. He's about half a second behind him.
Yeah, and I think that gap between Kleinans and Domingo has shrunk by 2 seconds or 7 seconds last time. So this traffic is definitely throwing a wrench into the works. And we're seeing a yellow flag once again. We don't know what's happening. But this battle for first in the GT3 class has been raging on. It has just stayed consistent like this. But if we see down the order, there is also a battle between Siereman and Van Zyl for fourth. And yeah, that's been quite interesting. Van Zyl has been having a quiet charge, very much a Jordan Russell sort of drive where he keeps his nose clean and he rakes in the results. But for fourth place in LMP2, we are starting to see the pits with Vandenberg and we are going to see if the whole grid starts to follow.
Yes, there's a few guys coming in now. Vete Botha, Aiden Russell is coming in. This is going to be interesting. So we got pits, first pits. This is the pit window for everyone now. Their tires are gone. They're probably running out of fuel. I don't know what went first. Oh, that new BMW looks amazing. What?
It's amazing with the headlights and the rear lights. It looks so mean. But we are seeing with the LMP2s and the LM GT3s, it seems like they are the only ones that are pitting at the moment. The hypercar class is still going strong. And I don't know if that's because they're carrying more fuel or if they're fuel saving, but it has been quite interesting to see the pit strategy so far as Henko Vandenberg comes out of the pits in 6th place in the LMP2 class.
Yeah, I saw a collision detected. Yeah, was that what? Did something happen there?
I think Moath is good.
Okay, we got our leader in LMP2 in the pits now, Chris Stoltz. Let's keep an eye on him.
Yeah, and I think the gap between Meyer and Blichnoot has gotten ever so closer. It's now half a second as that's Russell coming out of the pits. He has just done his pit stop, but this has gotten quite intense. Greening is also in the pits for the LMP2 class.
No!
And there is a big calamity! Once again, there has been issues in the pits, but he gets out of the way. Who is that? I think that might be Alan Patterson in the purple dragon. What has happened? I think there might have been a rear lock going into the pits, trying to slam on the brakes, but there was just too much torque on that rear axle, and that just made him go
He was
down.
so far ahead of the next person, Chris Heineke, that he span in the pits and was still able to then get in ahead of him. Oh, another collision! There was
calamities. That is Chris Stoltz that was coming out of his pits, and that was one of the Toyotas. I don't know who that is. I think that was Isham. I think they went off scot-free. That was quite scary moment for those two. That could have ended like last time at Bahrain. And that's I think Alan Peterson that is coming out of the pits now. But yeah, there is a lot of commotion in the pits. Peterson in the Valkyrie, also in the pits, and it just seems like everyone in the LMP2s is just flocking into the pits. This is a prime time window.
Yeah, we've got our first hypercars in the pits, also Isham and Christoph, both in the pits. Let's see who gets out first, actually. This is Isham.
Isham comfortably. I think Peterson just got into the pits.
Oh, okay, nice.
But yeah, that puts Isham out into 4th while we wait for Peterson to finish. Paul Venter also doing his pits. I think Greening is exiting.
Yeah,
that is Greening. And that's one of the GT3s. I don't know who that is in the Aston, but they're also going out. So yeah, big shake-up in the grid right now. This will show dividends. It will show massive shake-up, and we'll see it towards the end specifically. But here we see leader of the hypercar class, Kleinans, into the pits, handing the lead to Bullion, Niall Bullion. And yeah, the Bullion, the both Bullions are still going out. They are insisting on extending their stint. We'll have to see if the overcut or the undercut works. But yeah, this has been quite
fantastic so far. I think the overcut is what they're trying here, and I don't know if it's going to work in the sense, but let's see. I mean, they're going that extra lap. Hopefully, maybe they're in comms together and they decided, okay, this is the strategy. We're just gonna go as long as we think we can, and then hopefully push on the new tires a little bit harder with that overcut.
Yeah, as we saw last time, it might also be just because last time at Bahrain, a lot of people didn't change for tires, and that was the winning strategy. So they're thinking, what does that matter? Maybe we can run on a better on a better fuel load towards the end because everyone's on the same tire, so it doesn't really matter. But we see Kleinans coming out, and the Porsche, I think of David, that is coming out as well. A lot of people in the GT3 class pitting. It was Van Zyl and Gabriel De Santos. But we're seeing that Stoltz has just obliterated the field even after pits with a comfortable 13-second gap. And from Vandenberg, it is a 37-second gap. So I don't know if Vandenberg was one of the undercuts. So that is playing into his hands at the current moment. But
And
yeah,
then
we'll
Neil
have to
grinning in
see.
third. He lost a lot of time. You can see there he's 38 seconds behind. But even with that, Chris Heineke is still 6 seconds behind him. So he did a whole U-turn in the pits, and then still came out ahead of Chris Heineke. So I think Chris will probably try and catch up there and hopefully get to him and make it a race soon. In the lead still is now Bullion. He's now in the box with Lee.
Yeah, the Bullions have decided to pit in now.
Yeah.
And this is where we will
This is a
see
very
if
late
their
pit stop.
strategy comes up. Yeah, so I don't think they'll be changing tires unless I'm wrong. I think I just saw a tire change right in front of my eyes, but I'm not really, I am not really certain.
I wish we could see that. Yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah.
But Isham, can I just take notice of Isham has managed to cut down that gap to 2 seconds to Kleinans. So maybe Kleinans was either held up or he had a longer pit stop than Isham. So we'll have to see how that turns out. But here, Kleinans goes into the lead and Isham takes back second place. But we're going to have to see if both Bullions come out now. We're going to have to just wait and see. But the battle between Blicknote and Meyer is still ongoing even after the pits.
These guys are fighting it
1
out.
second gap. Yeah, it's been quite intense.
Yeah, Andy Meyer has been doing some really good lap times, basically matching Johan Blicknote. Their best times are 146.405 and 146.462. So only 5 100ths between them in their lap times, which is quite amazing. So this is going to be quite a tight battle. Yeah, going up the hill now, it looks like with these new tires, it's definitely going to be opportunities. Henry we know this guy is fast. He's got that pace. He's a veteran when it comes to sim racing, so we know he's gonna put a lot of pressure on Johan. Yeah,
and I think it's going to come down to who is going to make the mistake and where does the upcoming classes overtake them. Oh, Kleinans makes a big lunge down the inside of Blicknote, and that might actually help Henry May a little bit. But no, there was no massive incident that took them both out of the race. But that was a very late send from Kleinans.
It looks like there was a bit of a lockup also. He might have affected his new tires. Not great. And that gap between him and Isham has actually increased by 2 seconds now. So it looks like he is actually pushing, or Isham is struggling with traffic, which is something that everyone needs to manage. It's going to be a real struggle. Muad also, is he in the pits again?
He's just been struggling with connectivity. It's just been such a shame because the race was genuinely on for him there, and that's just a major blow. I cannot imagine how much frustration he
must be on the same ISP because connectivity seems to be an issue tonight. I saw some other errors for other drivers as well coming up with latency issues. So I hope it's not like I hope it's like a localized issue and not. I hope it doesn't affect the rest of the race.
Paul Fence's power went out and his internet died, so that's his race over. We are seeing so many DNFs today, and it's just been such a shame. That really does have a bit of a knock on Paul Fence's championship run. But it's just been kind of a battle for survival at this track as we see Aiden trying to mount the pressure here. Is this for position?
Yes, this is for position.
Oh, we're having connectivity issues, I think, again.
What? No ways. No.
That is such a shame. There's been so much going on and we're just missing out on it.
But the stream is still live. It's just the server itself this time.
Yeah, it's in excellent connection still. So let's quickly catch up with the chat while we try to get back in. Where is David? He was, I think he was trying to compete for the top 10 spots. But we're not too sure at the current moment. There's a lot of support for Gabriel Dos Santos. We need to catch up with him as well. And then obviously we mentioned the Paul Fenter incident. So there has been quite a lot of issues at the current moment. I'm just trying
to get back into this to the race here, but it doesn't seem to be connecting me. It says unable to join server. That is weird. Is LMU down? Could that be a thing?
I am not completely sure. Let's check if there's anyone maybe else streaming so that we can catch up. But I am checking here in the general chat that the big incident that Brandon Kruger had was with the GT3 of Sean Laredo, and there was a huge the LMP2 of Sean Laredo, and there was a huge lockup, and it seems to have taken him out of the race. So that was probably that massive puff of smoke. So yeah, that's this. It's just been calamity left, right, and center.
Yeah, man. I'm just busy restarting the game at the moment. Once I'm in, I'll let you know. This is so unfortunate. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, no, yeah, these gremlins sometimes happen, but we just need to get back as quickly as we can because I'm assuming that there is a lot going on, and we just can't see it. But yeah, it has been quite intense as of late.
What do you think of the race so far? Looking at the fights that you've seen up and down the field.
I think it's just been non-stop action, just like Bahrain. But the only issue is that a lot of people have just been struggling to survive, and it's really killed a lot of opportunities for people to continue the fight. I think very much that we're probably going to see another Kleinans win unless something catastrophic happens. We did see that earlier with Blichnote. But yeah, I've been really impressed as well with Henry Mayer, who has essentially just come in after round one. He's come in and like has begun his championship fights in round two, and he's already showing Blichnote that he isn't someone to be toyed with. He needs to be taken seriously, and that's been incredibly fun to watch. And obviously Chris Stoltz has been just leading the pack, and it's kind of similar to Bahrain. He's just looked forward and like has never gone back.
He's just cruising. Oh my word, the consistency. Should we just call him Mr. Consistency from now on? I don't know. Is that the official title for him now? Because
that might as well be the official title for him.
He's just been dominating and doing so well in this first two races, and I think with that kind of this thing is telling me I can't join.
Oh, do we not have access anymore?
Yeah, it looks like.
No. That is so strange. Okay, let me see if I can do something.
Can you join?
Side. Yeah, let me check because I've also been having some struggles with the streaming side of things. But yeah, no, it's just been such a shame that we've been down for a little bit. Apologies for the technical gremlins, everyone. But yeah, thank you everybody for flocking in. It has been insane to see everyone's support and everyone's viewerships. It has been really, really great. We appreciate you guys pitching in. But yeah, hopefully you guys have been enjoying the chaos and the great racing that we've been witnessing as we try to now just get the stream back up and running.
Yeah, let me see if I can get back into the game again. I'm trying to launch the game again because for some reason it won't let me in. It says.
Yeah, I'm also worried it's going to be the same on my end. Because I was on the practice server earlier. Yeah, it's the same for me still. Oh, I don't know. Let me go check if Moath is still in, because if Moath is still in, he can maybe potentially stream for us.
Okay, cool.
So I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. Oh, it's so weird that I can't get into the race again. Let me try. I restarted the game. We are going back in again. Okay, it looks like I'm back in. Nice. We can continue. It's just loading now. Ooh. That was I'm back in.
Okay, so we should be able to get the spectator up and running, but not with the infographics that we've been comfortable with.
I'm back. I'm back in, dude. I'm back in.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, you're back in.
Yeah, I tried saying it.
Because Aiden just retired to get us stream back.
No ways, you're joking. No.
Yeah. Aiden, are you? Hello, Aiden. Sinclair managed to get back in.
I'm so sorry, Aiden. That's terrible. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna lurk in the background. Yeah, I'll be here if you guys need a backup.
You can sit here with us, dude, if you want to. You're honestly welcome to sit here with us. I don't mind. If you want to go back to the team also, it's up to you.
So we have been getting a lot of confirmation that the server has been having a lot of hiccups. It has affected Richard, that's why he's DNF'd. It has affected Marth, that's why he's DNF'd. So it's really such a shame. It's just, but we are back in, and Kleinans has gotten a 22-second lead over Bullion, and Bullion has taken Isham for second place. So there has been a lot of changing there. But Blucknote and Maya they are just getting closer and closer with each other.
Yeah, there's three tenths between the two of them. There's a yellow flag on the field somewhere.
Yeah, that's been happening a lot.
Where's David? Okay, he's lost at the moment. Okay.
10th. Yeah. So we're seeing the grid shuffle around a little bit.
Yeah, so we got quite a few DNFs now. So it's Moat, it's Paul, it's Grant, Aiden, Dani Steenkamp, Sean Herrero, and Richard van Heerde. That's quite a bit. That's like 7 people that have DNF'd. I hope it's not connectivity issues. But let's catch up with the GT3 guys here. There's a tight battle going on here with traffic at the same time.
Yeah, they have been getting. You can see now with the LMP2s, they're going to be throwing a spanner in the mix as they are getting.
Why is Farmer in the pits? Did he?
Jason Farmer. Something has happened.
Did he go long?
I don't know.
Maybe he went long.
That would have been incredible. That's incredible if that's the case, considering the 2-time tire and fuel usage.
I don't think so, because remember he was first he wasn't first at any point in the GT3 class, so
going.
Yeah, maybe he was just short on fuel, maybe he miscalculated with 5 minutes left in the race.
But he's going to come out in 4th, so it's not been too bad of an outing for him. But something has happened to Maya, where the gap is now 1.8 between the two. Isham has fallen to the other Bullion and has now been bumped down. Oh, he's coming into the pits once again. When I went to go check up, he was complaining about the tires. He was getting really, really frustrated. So that strat has not gone well for him. This is
so he's changing tires now.
He might be pitting for tires. He just can't hold on long enough, and that's put Peterson into 4th as well. And that's
this hypercar category is crazy. I don't think now Bullion would have thought that he was going to be second, considering where he started, which was second last. So
no,
it's been
Funzale is catching Farmer by a little bit each lap. I think that's just because Farmer just came out of the pit, so his tires might be cold and he might be getting lapped, as we see Peterson in the background, who is wanting to make his way ahead. But yeah, so we see here Isham still in the pits. We don't know where he's going to come out. I don't even know if he's going to come out. Is he maybe just retiring? Is he maybe just staying there? I think he's still going out, but there might be
probably just changing tires. Tire changes do take long, so he's that's not ideal. Maybe so. It looks like he tried to go long on the tires, and then now he's regretting that decision.
Yeah, it just did not work out for him. And I'm getting confirmation from the Project Vapour team that he forgot to change tires. So there we go. He's coming out now, but I think the damage is just too far. It has just been done. So there's just been massive gaps around the field. There's not really so much close racing at the moment, apart from P1 and P2 in GT3 and P4 and P5. But Blichnout has been controlling the race quite efficiently. He has not cracked, even while seeing so much of Meyer in his mirrors. And Funzel hasn't been really able to clamp down the gap between him and Farmer. But yeah, this has been the man to beat in GT3 with constant opposition, with constant competition. He has managed to stay ahead of the entire grid.
Yeah, and his lap times are still very consistent with 2 minutes to go. I think this has been a stellar race by him. This new BMW looks amazing, man. So I think Johan Blichnout is definitely going to be taking this. If let me not curse it, because commentators curse is a real thing, but I definitely think he's going to win this one. Once again, looking really strong. Chris Stoltz in the LMP2 with a massive gap over Henko. It's almost 30 seconds. This man has been doing so well. Jan Kleinans, with that massive incident in the beginning of the race, back in first place, now fighting his way through traffic. Hopefully he can finish safely as well. This being a little bit of a short track, the traffic management really has been an issue in this race. We've seen quite a few incidents by the different drivers trying to manage the traffic, trying to get through safely and still stay competitive, which is actually very difficult to do.
Yeah, it's very difficult to do. However, I think it's very much a night for the Delta Negative guys with their P1 in Hyper and P1 in LMP2. They've just been there when it's necessary. Stoltz has just beautifully dominated the race. Kleinans has just been there to pick up the pieces wherever everyone else has went off. But this is Chris Stoltz trying to lap some LMP2 traffic, and that got quite nasty.
That? Yeah, I'm trying to see what
that was very nasty. Don't know. I don't know what has happened, but I think Meyer has started to close that gap again to Blichnout, so he might have that pace advantage, but he just can't get by. I think just with the McLaren straight line not being nearly as strong as the BMW straight line. So yeah.
But the lap times are very close. You can see it's only 2/10 apart with these guys. They are doing very well. And being
crazy.
Quite consistent with these cars. With the McLaren being free in the game, I'm sure Henry he drove the McLaren in ACC as well, right? I know he moved around a little bit. Yeah, he moved around a little bit, but I'm almost sure he used to. Yeah, they used to drive the McLaren, so he must be quite comfortable in this car. Got very comfortable in LMU in it very quickly. Also because it's free, everyone has access to it, which is very nice. Yeah. Let's just keep an eye on the leader here, Ian, as he goes onto his last lap. Coming over the crest.
From start to finish, this has been the man to beat. He has established himself as a championship fighter. I think that has been him. I think he's just crossed the line in first place. This has been another dominant show for the Yellow Submarine as Bullion is coming close. But here it has been number one for Delta Negative, as it's been a number one in Hypercar class. It's been number one in LMP2 as Stoltz dominates from start to finish. And he has just been flawless. And here we have this man with nerves of steel. It has been a complete beautiful drive from Johan Blichnout as he has managed to dunk on Meyer, as he manages to take the top step of the podium as Meyer finishes in second. He has tried everything. He has tried everything to make sure that Blichnout cracks, but he just couldn't. Blichnout had nerves of steel, and he just took the win and just solidified his championship favorite status.
Absolutely. What an epic race. What an epic race. I think that was really good. I think the consistency from this team, I know they practice a lot. I know Chris is always first on the practice service. He's constantly putting in laps, and he totally deserved that win today with his consistency. He and Kleinans coming back from that incident in the beginning, making sure to keep his head down and just keep going. Even though he had multiple incidents throughout the race, still getting that first place. That really is nerves of steel, showing his resolve there as a proper sim racer. Really sorry about all the issues today, guys. So many DNFs. Fleming Bauer, Grant, Leclerc,
Not
Aiden Russell.
desirable.
Thanks for your sacrifice, Aiden. Mohat Musa, Paul Venter, Daniel Steenkamp, Sean Lerero, and Richard van Heerden not finishing the race. Everyone else in the pits at the moment. What an epic race, Andre. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, that is. Wow, that has been just absolutely incredible. I think it's just very much showing that some of these drives, these drivers, you know, their first round wasn't a fluke. It was genuine pace. It was genuine grit and determination that got them that initial win in Bahrain. But now they've come and they've shown people, and they're like, look, listen, this isn't just a once-off show. This is the real deal, and we need to take them seriously. But yeah, it's been incredible to watch. But I want to hear more from Chris. I want to hear more from Kleinans. I want to hear more from Blichnote as we get them into the interview room. And here let's start with the GT3s, because I think that's the one I've been the most curious about. So let's get he's not here yet, but Blichnote, maybe then let's just move over to Chris Stoltz, who won in LMP2. Let's drag him in here. Hello, Chris Stoltz. Well done on yet another dominant win. How do you feel after that?
Thanks. I'm feeling good. But yeah, I think probably wouldn't have been as dominant as it could have been if Brandon didn't get taken out in the first corner. It's been 2 races in a row now where that's happened to him, so unlucky because he's been really quick. So no, it looks better on paper than what it actually is. I think it would have been a lot closer with Brandon in the fight, but yeah, we'll take it. Eh?
Yeah, but I think you should still give yourself some credit, because that lap time for qualifying was 8/10 clear from Brandon Kruger. But I still think, as you say, that it would have been a very tight battle. But you still managed from start to finish. The pits was perfect. Each lap was perfect, consistent. You kept yourself out of trouble, and I think that deserves a round of applause.
Absolutely. How were the conditions out there today?
Well, I mean, definitely a lot more grip than last week, or last race. But yeah, no, the conditions are good. It was a bit tricky because straight off the bat, I just had to go like immediately into fuel saving mode. The LMP2s have doesn't fuel, such small tanks, and yeah, just immediately into fuel saving mode. Got to the pit stop, and then knew that from now on I could push. So the second stint was a lot more fun than the first stint. The first stint was just managing the whole time, but after that it was a lot better.
Good.
Yeah, that's actually a great point to bring up. Is we noticed a lot that whenever the GT3s would pit, the LMP2s would pit. So it is interesting to hear that about the fuel size, and it definitely throws. Oh, I'm just seeing on the stream one of the incidents that had occurred.
But yeah, that was.
There's a lot to go through in the footage.
Absolutely.
Yes, thank you very much, Chris, for your input, and congratulations on yet another win.
Congratulations and well done. Yeah, 2 wins in a row. That's a brilliant performance, dude. Keep it up.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
Okay, yeah, so we have Blichnote here before we move on to Kleinans. And I'm very keen for this interview as well, just because of the constant push. I want to hear his mindset behind it. So let's get him here.
Cool.
Blichnote, well done on a very impressive win. How did you feel after crossing that finish line in first place?
Andre, it's very nerve-wracking, I shall say. It's not every day I get to battle Henry, you know?
Yeah, dude, that was a brilliant. You kept him at bay. He was in your middles a lot, eh?
Yeah, I've been searching for a button to switch off my rear view mirror because, gets me real nervous.
Yeah, he was there the whole time. But, I mean, nerves of steel, dude. We said it on stream. You kept your head. You managed the traffic nicely. There were a lot of opportunities and sketchy moments. but you still kept your head down and just did the thing, man, and got the job done.
Yeah, it's just was about 2 laps before the pit stop. I thought about changing tires, and as I entered the pits, I was like, what would Henry do? It's like, okay, let's not do tires again. And yeah, it was a
And it
close
worked
exit
out.
there.
How did the tires
Yeah.
feel at the end?
It was horrible. If that faster cars didn't keep Henry back a bit, I think he would have got me.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to comment because every single time we would be like, but no, we have to go back to this battle for first because it's always been happening from start to finish. You guys are going to the pits, then literally a lap later, you guys would just be back into that 1 second gap. So I can imagine how your heart was pumping and just especially going down to the line. You was just there. You would just not go away. So where do you think you had the legs on Henry in terms of like the sectors and just the straights and the corners? Like, where do you think you had the upper hand in comparison to Henry?
I think a bit on corner exits, and mainly I think sector 2 was where I saw I kept him or I pull a bit of time on him. But down the straights we were evenly matched, and on the last corner he got a better exit than me, so he caught me about 2-3 tenths down there every time.
Oh, that's interesting because we are having theories that the BMW was maybe a bit stronger on the straights and the McLaren a bit stronger in the corners. But it's interesting to hear that in the tight and twisty bits, you had a bit of an upper edge on Henry. So yeah, that was a very impressive one. Well done.
Yeah, it was very nice. Thanks to Henry for keeping me awake.
Thank you very much, man. Congratulations.
Congratulations and well
Nice.
done. Well done.
Thanks, guys. Yeah, have a good one.
Likewise, man. Thank you.
I just want to see this replay of. I'll show the replay of Brandon Kruger while we're pulling the last person if possible.
Yes. So it is the man of the hour with probably one of the most intense stints, and let's drag him in. Mr. Kleinons, well done on that very, very chaotic win in the hypercar class and overall. How do you feel after crossing the line on the top step of the podium?
Hi guys. Honestly, happy but unhappy. It was a very messy race. The start was terrible for me, but you know, I had to drive. So I'm happy with the result, of course, but I'm not sure what happened to Musa. I think it would have been a good race.
Yeah, so what happened to Moaz is some people having connectivity issues. The server was a bit haywire.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were noticing that that first lap it was a bit on edge from your end. But I still think it was very impressive how you climbed back up through the
Yeah,
field.
dude.
We saw you had an incident with Hisham. What happened?
I quickly had a look afterwards, and it was a bit of he went wide into turn 1. I took the inside, and he kind of just got across, and you know, we just naturally came together on the, you know, as he came back over. I need to properly look at it to really assign blame, but it was just an unfortunate event.
Yeah, you guys were fighting very tooth and nail, and there was definitely a lot on the line because your pace was wicked from qualifying. A 1.1 second gap to the person in second,
Yeah,
just
dude.
establishing that pole, establishing that pace right off the get-go. And as soon as you had those mishaps in lap 1, you were straight back on the pace. You were noticing your lap times, and it was just insane. How comfortable did you feel in the car around a track like Portimao?
Look, it's slowly becoming one of my favorite tracks, to be honest. It's super technical. It's just fun to lap, you know. So the car isn't honestly the fastest here, but you know, it actually drives comfortably. It's not very scary or sketchy anyway. It's just what kills it is braking, especially into the hairpins. But you know, I was fairly comfortable, and you know, once you make a mistake, you know, you see red a bit, and you just go for it. So
Yeah, I definitely
Awesome.
think all of us have experienced that sort of red mist. So when you there was something really interesting you were saying is about the brakes. You're struggling a lot with the brakes. Was there a lot of rear locking, or was it more towards the front?
It's just like in general overall the weak point or the weakness of the Ferrari is its brakes. You just have to you can't really brake fully for long. You need to you know need to get into turning pretty quickly, and especially in the downhills, you just so easily lock the rears. Particularly going into the hairpin before Samsung, it's just you lose so much time in comparison to cars like the Toyota or the Peugeot. The Peugeot is amazing on the stack.
Yeah, very much so.
But it's just a slight weak point overall. Look, the car, I'd say, it started off a bit rough. You need to get in a good setup window, but once you get used to the Ferrari, it drives beautifully.
No, that's wonderful to hear. Yeah, you have a lot of steam going into the next round. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very fun season to watch. And yeah, I can't wait for the next one. I'm very, very certain that there's going to be a lot going on in the hypercar class after judging from today. But thank you very much, Kleinans. It is congratulations once again on the win. And yeah, cannot wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you. Good evening.
Nice. Well done, Glenn. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of round 2 of the Project Vapour Evening Dash. Yeah, at Portimao. Closing thoughts?
Oh, I was going to ask you that because for me, I think there's just so much going on. I can't really just have my mind in one place. I think it very much establishes who it is to look out for in the upcoming races, how the championship will unfold. Because we see people fluctuate with pace here and there. We see some people a bit better on the consistency side, but I think there is a lot to go for. I think right now we have a new championship fight in the GT3 class consisting of Blichnote and Henry Meyer. That is something to watch out for. I think definitely still Kleinans versus Moath. That's also something to still look out for. We see the both Bullions still trying to get their footing into the game. They're very good qualifiers, but they need a bit of that consistency. And in LMP2, it has been quite dominant from Chris. However, as Chris has said, we need to see what Brandon Kruger's pace is without those lap 1 incidents, but we'll have to wait and see next round. What about yourself, Sinclair? What are your thoughts from this race going forward?
Look, besides the technical issues and everything, I think I saw some feedback from the guys in chat saying that we handled it very well. I think you handled it very well as well. So thank you for being here with me through all this difficulty. But besides all of that,
trying to get everything back on track, it's been crazy.
Yeah, besides all of that, I think it was a good race. I think lots of action. It's a very flowy track. Lots of guys sort of cementing their place in the championship right now with Ian and Chris doing so well. Pity about all the DNFs, but I'm looking forward to Interlagos more than anything else. That's going to be our next race. And with that, I'd like to say a huge thanks to the drivers, the teams, and of course everyone that's watching in South Africa and around the world. All the cheering from the sidelines, all the comments. Thank you so much for being here. We really appreciate you. We'll be back with round 3 at Interlagos, and hopefully things will go better. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good one because that's quite a difficult track with how tight it can get, and
absolutely
with just how much action has been for both race weeks. Oh, we're gonna have to wait and see how things start to progress in the championship fights and just the fights as a whole. We might see some people get better in some circuits and others, but Interlagos is definitely the track to look out for.
Yeah. And until then, stay safe, stay fast, guys. From myself, Sinclair, and my co-caster Andre, we'll see you next time on the Evening Dash. Good night.
Cheers, everyone.